does go a long way in those situations. Oh, it looks like a beautiful amp. And yeah, the SB200, I mean, it's got 10 through 80, and that's it. No warp band, so just the 5 bands. And
test one.
The ability to use some of the other bands would certainly be attractive. Who's the other station? This is Kilo India 1 November. The name is Bob.
Yeah, Bob. The call here is Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. Name's Don. I go by DJ on the radio here. Just FYI, I just got my live stream up and running, so I am live streaming on YouTube. Yeah, you were talking about the Flex and the Anons and the 7300s. I think the 7300 is probably the most popular radio ever, next to maybe the Kenwood TS590, which I had that was my first radio. But the Acom 7300s right out of the box, they sound good and they work very well. So I think they knocked it out of the park with that one. I did have a Flex 6300. What I found with that, when I got that radio and had the waterfall, a true SDR radio, I thought to myself, man, I've been blind all these years, having to spin the VFO up, or back down, trying to find a spot where I could call CQ or even just listen to somebody. And then, then I had the whole spectrum there. I could see all the stations where they're operating and that. So what I found with the Flex, it was kind of a plug and play. You didn't have a lot to do to set everything up. 20 minutes I had it loaded on the computer, and it was quite easy. Now the Anan, that was a different animal. It was a lot more complicated. Fortunately, the guy I bought the Anan from, he had about 8 months and decided he was going to take a break from amateur radio. So he made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and he sent me the file as well. So I loaded the file, got it up and running, and it was a little intimidating that first day, thinking to myself, what the heck did I get myself into? But I kept playing with the tabs, doing this, doing that, changing this, changing that, and I thought, well, you just got to navigate it. It's like anything. You just got to kind of navigate it and go through it, and you become acquainted to it. And I got very comfortable. And then Art, N4QNT, we did Teen View, and he set up my audio. And on my QRZ page, I have a screenshot of the 10-band parametric equalizer in the CFC. So we did that 2 years ago, and I have not touched it since. So, but yeah, the ANF works, noise reduction 2 works, just totally awesome radio, and with pure signal, no splatter or anything. So just wanted to throw that out to you guys. And as I said, I am live streaming, so you can see what your signal looks like, hear yourselves, and all that kind of good stuff. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Let me jump in here, Bob, if I may, for a moment.
Go ahead.
Okay. Very good. Victor Alpha 3 station, WA3HVR. Beautiful signal and interesting comments about the different radios. And my experience, I have no experience with an Anan, but they're fabulous radios, and they have features that the Flex does not. The Flexes do not, and they're very nice. But mine is a Flex 5000, so it's a different animal completely.
Yeah.
I have to get out of here because my OT therapist is coming very soon, and I want to get prepared. But nice talking with you, Bob, and I'll let you continue with the other gentleman. I didn't write his name down, but he was booming in here. And sounds like you got that SB200 really nicely done. It's a beautiful amp. And, when 12 and 17 are open, you don't need more than 100 watts, really. So, you really don't. I was running 100 watts. On 17, I was working Russians, Italians, Spanish, French, Germans, UK. I worked into Turkey, North Africa, Middle East. Today, this was all today on 17 meters. So there you go. KI1N, go ahead. WA3HVR, same 73.
Okay, very good. Well, excellent QSO all around. And nice talking with you about our surgeries and of course photography and whatnot. So love to talk with you about that, Dave, anytime. Next time whip out that camera and let me know what model it is. Although I'm not really up on the new models. I've been out of the industry now since 2003. So, boy, that time goes by really quickly. It's amazing. So I've really become an idiot, or I've become ignorant, certainly, on the new models that are available. But not the concept. I still keep up to date on the concept. So anyway, I'll let you go without further ado. You have a great afternoon. Good luck with the OT, and we'll catch you again. So, Don, over to you. Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Bravo Charlie. You care to hang around? This is Kilo India 1 November.
Kilo India 1 November. Yeah, very good. I'll just get you in a QRZ here. And yeah, good luck with the other gentleman there in your therapy. I will stick around. Yeah, we're top of the hour, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie, top of the hour.
Yeah, very good. So you said you had experience with the Flex and the Anan. I have a feeling that the Flex I'm not going to be able to go after, only because I think it's Windows only. And I'm kind of Windows agnostic. I've gone through the mill. I had 29 PCs in my company. That was all great at the time. I had two Sun Spark stations running Unix and Solaris, and had 5 PIC32 stations on a PIC32 net, and 1 Mac. But when it came time to close the company and then get something simple for the family, I got them all MacBooks. And I said, here, I don't need to be your tech support person anymore. You just use these. And that really works. So I kind of like Mac for its durability, reliability. It doesn't slow down. I have a graveyard of PC laptops here, Sony Vios and things like that, a number of them. And after a year and a half, you pack them up and buy a new one because the Regetta gets bloated and I don't feel like, playing that game, right? So that's the scoop. So what do you think? I think the Anan, you can use Linux or anything, where I think Flex is stuck on Windows. Am I wrong? VA3 KBC KI1N.
KI1N VA3 KBC. Well, I'm pretty sure that there's an OS for the Flex. I know. I believe there is. There is an operating system, Apple operating system for the Flex. I did use my iPad with the Flex radio as far as remote. It worked okay. I just had a lot of dropouts, I think, because of my connection speed and everything else. But and as far as the Anan, I do not believe there's anything other than Windows. I know a friend of mine, KB2 UKA, he had the Sun SDR. He was using the Apple Mac for it, but he couldn't use it for his Anan. He sold the Sun SDR and got the Anan 7000 DLE, same as mine. So he had to get a Windows computer. Scott, my friend that bought the Sun from Doug, he's using Linux, I believe, with it. So, but as far as the Anan, as far as I know, I think it's still just a Windows. I have two separate computers here, Bob. I have the i5 for my desktop. That's where I have QRZ up and running and that kind of stuff. And then I have an i7 for the Anan and also the live stream. So keep that separate. And they're just Lenovo computers that I bought that were refurbished with solid state hard drive, and they've been working really well. So, the Flex has a great system for remoting. If anybody wants to remote, it's probably the best out there. Very simple, and it's more or less, like I said, plug and play. But it does have its limitations, and the newer ones, the 64s and the 66s, they were having problems with the new updates, would blow the SD card, and there was just a lot of issues. I think Flex's problem is that they have this military contract, and they're just really concentrating on servicing the military. And as far as the amateur radio part of it, they may be a little bit lax there. I guess their service is okay, but as far as coming out with anything new and innovative, I don't think they've had anything for a few years now. So I had, like I said, the opportunity to go to the Anan, and I jumped at it, and I just love it. There's so much you can do with it. It's just unbelievable the things you can do. But the nicest feature of all is the adaptive pre-distortion, the pure signal. So other than that, and I see by your site you have a hex beam. I had a KIO hex beam when I was on the farm, and I sold that. And when I moved here, I was going to get the N4RR, and then I just decided, you know what, this is my only hobby, and I'm just going to get something for 40 meters. So I ended up getting the Mosely Signal Master Super 33. It's 3 elements for 40, 20, and 17, and it's up at 50 feet. We have a 48-foot self-support tower that we made into a fold-over, and I have pictures on my QRZ page on how we did that, how we fabricated it, and also a YouTube video of raising it up. So, but to me, the first thing in amateur radio you got to have is propagation, and then an antenna, and then a radio, and then an amplifier. But if you don't have that propagation, the rest isn't going to matter a whole lot. So KI1N Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Yeah, you could say that again. And you've got them in the right order. You need a radio and then an antenna. I mean, the antenna won't do you much good without it. But the antenna is primary as far as efficiency, getting a bigger signal and whatnot. The amp comes last. Propagation is kind of important. Yep. And if 10 meters is dead, 10 meters is dead. Of course, it's good for local, but certainly not anything more than line of sight when it's dead. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I have to sort out how I would upgrade, but that's a year or two down the road anyway. The way things are, things could change very quickly in those couple of years. So who knows? I'm still learning the 7300. I've only had a couple of years, and I feel that I'm pretty good with the filtering, but I want to make sure I haven't exhausted all my opportunities before I get something else. But I got a feeling I may have to. And I've heard that pure signal is very advantageous. So I'd hate to go to a Windows computer, though. Jeez, that would kind of rub me the wrong way. And look, I'm going to have to back out here. I've got a dinner date tonight, so I'm going to have to get a few things done before then. So nice talking with you, Don, and thanks for jumping in. And hope to catch you again down the log. VA3 KBC. This is KI1N for your final. 73.
Okay, Bob, very good. KI1N, VA3 KBC. Yeah. Well, when I worked for John Deere, they always said they're glad there's other manufacturers, Massey, Ferguson, Case, International, New Holland, all those different makes and models, because that's competition. Competition drives innovation. So that's what we have here in amateur radio as well. So it's good to have all these other radios and companies and that. Anyhow, I'll let you go. I've got to get a drink of water. My mouth is kind of dry here, so I just thought I'd run the stream a little bit. You can check it out later tonight or whatever if you like, and it'll be saved on YouTube there. There's a link from my QRZ site, or you can go to YouTube and just look up my call sign. Anyhow, have a great day, Bob. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. KI1N Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Yeah, take care, Don. 73. KI1N clear.
VA3 KBC clear.
contact.
Go ahead, contact.
Yes, I'm just trying to get a signal check. It's KO4EYE, Steve in Virginia. And my watt meter doesn't show I'm putting out very much. And I'm just trying to see what kind of a signal you guys may be getting. Over.
Well, you're S8 there. Give me your call again, please.
Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Yankee Echo. Steve in Virginia.
Oh, okay, Steve. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I turned the beam back down south there, so that's hitting you more there. And yeah, come back again. I'll look up and see what kind of a signal strength you're giving me. And I am live streaming right now too, Steve. So you can watch it and you'll see what your signal looks like for yourself there. Over.
All right. And where would I find you at? Over.
You can go from my QRZ page. There's a link there to live YouTube. The call here is Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
All right, I'll jump on the computer and see if I can pull that up. And in the meanwhile, I am on a Swan 500 CX with a multi-band dipole about 45 feet in the air, kind of sort of inverted. I'm a little inverted on that dipole. And just running just a straight radio here. And I'm just hoping I'll get a good signal out. Over.
Yeah, S9 and sometimes peaking 5 over. So, I've got a 3-element beam here that's pointed towards you, so that I'm probably doing all the heavy lifting here.
Yes, you probably are. And I may not be exactly on frequency because, of course, I don't have a frequency meter on this thing, so I'm not exactly sure where you're at. I'm just trying to dial you in as you talk. Over.
Yeah, you drifted off a little wee bit there, so I'll talk a little bit here and see if you can get a little bit closer. VA3 KBC.
Oh, yes, I think I've got you back now.
That's better.
I just turned this thing on, and these things need to run for probably 20, 30 minutes anyway until they get warmed up. And so I'm in the warming up stage now. But I certainly appreciate the comeback and letting me know that I'm making it out. Give me your location, please.
Yeah, I'm in the community of Lambton Shores, Southern Ontario, Canada. I'm just a half a mile walk overlooking the banks of Lake Huron, and it's about a 30-minute drive to Sarnia, where the twin Blue Water bridges cross the St. Clair River and over to Michigan. And you were peaking 10 over there, Steve.
All right, yeah, I'm very familiar with the Upper Peninsula. My wife's stepdad had a place up there. We would cross the bridge and go to a little town called St. Ignace and hang a right and head out towards Drummond Island. I think it was Drummond Island. And he had a piece of property out there on Lake Huron. We used to go up there for the summers. This has been some years back now. And man, I loved it. It was just, it was a great place. I loved it in the summertime. But he told me if I were to experience one winter there, I may not love it so much. Over.
You got that right. Yeah, well, you're probably in Michigan then. St. Ignace is in Michigan. I'm in Southern Ontario, Canada here. But in any event, yeah, well, actually our winter wasn't too bad. March or February, we had a few blustery snowstorms, and into March here now as well. So, but the daylight hours are getting longer, so that's good. Sun's getting up a little higher, and right now I have 45 degrees here. Yeah, so yeah, you're. I know I had a Kenwood TS830, and the same thing. It would drift till it warmed up, and then it was fine. So, but that's the fun of these old radios. Over.
Yeah, I got a Yaesu. I shouldn't say a nice Yaesu, but it is a nice radio. It's an older Yaesu, but it's it's not a tube unit. It's a transistorized unit, and I tend to talk on this one more, and only because I just like, I don't know, the idea of the old tube radios. I just like old stuff, I guess. The older we get, the more we like old stuff. I tend to talk on this one mostly.
Roger. Well, the only radio I have now is my Anan 7000 here, the SDR radio. So just have that. I've got a couple of 2 meters, but I'm thinking of selling them because I don't use them. So I may just do that, and I just do HF now. Over.
Yes, okay, on the HF. Yeah, I still do a little bit of 2 meter. We still have our regular meeting every night, every morning on the 2 meters here where I'm at. And I'm in Lynchburg, Virginia, right in the center of the state of Virginia. So, Matt, I don't know what you got to have that radio, but I've got plus 20 on you here. So you're really, really strong. So your beam, your radio, everything working great when you point it down.
Well, I'm running 500 watts as well. So, but anyhow, yeah, you can watch this stream later on as well, Steve. It'll be saved on YouTube there. It's live right now. You can watch it as well. Now, there is, I don't know, 3 to 5 second delay, so it's kind of confusing if you have the audio up. But anyhow, so like I said, yeah, you're 10 dB over S9 now, good signal. And I narrowed up to 2.7. That's about what your bandwidth is. I usually listen at 4.2, and I transmit at 4 for the fidelity, high fidelity. And I run pure signals, so there's no splatter whatsoever. It's a nice, clean signal. Over.
All right. Yes, I'm trying to find you on. I'm trying to find the YouTube channel. So that's what I'm looking up now, and I'm trying to get my laptop working over.
Well, like I said, from my QRZ page, just scroll down. You'll see watch live streaming on YouTube. There's a couple of pictures of myself and my wife, and then just past that, you'll see the watch live streaming on YouTube, and just click on that.
Oh yes, I have you. It's great. That's great. That's so cool. You can do that.
Yeah, it's a free program. So it just took a little getting set up. The big thing is you have to have a good internet connection. I have fiber optics here, and I have 500 megabytes down, and I'm trying to think, I have about 200 up, I guess it is. So it makes a big difference.
Yes, I see the time delay between. There's probably about 2 seconds between the time delay. So yeah, it's a little bit, but when I'm listening to you on the radio and listening to you on the computer, it makes me stop and reply after you finish on the computer.
It can be confusing, can it?
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Well, thank you so much for the help and the reply. I'm glad to know it's working right, because my watt meter is showing very low wattage, but the watt meter may not be accurate, so I guess I'm doing okay. But I'm going to get off here, and thank you again. And again, I say 73. You have a great day. Got a great site. That's so cool to see this on the internet. So KO4 EYE. Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Yankee Echo, 73.
Okay, Steve, very good. Have a great day. KO4 EYE, VA3 KBC. And if you don't mind, subscribe to my YouTube and hit the bell there, set to all, then you'll get a notification when I live stream. So it doesn't cost anything, and just kind of helps the algorithms for me as well. So 73, my friend, take care. KO4 EYE, VA3 KBC.
VA3 KBC, WA3 Tango Foxtrot Sierra.
Okay, give me a call again.
America 3 Tango Foxtrot Sierra.
Wow, I missed the first parts. A little bit of a fade there. So give it to me again, slower, please. You faded right away. I couldn't make out what you were saying. You came in strong the first time, but it's actually faded away now.
VA3 Tango Fox Sierra.
Okay, sorry about that. VA3 KBC clear. Okay, I'm going to end the stream.